my audience. Are you scared of holes or seed pods, such as the one in a lotus flower? Does the sight of beehives, honeycombs, or clusters of eyes cause you discomfort? If so, you may have a phobia called trypophobia. Trypophobia is Greek for a fear of holes. Many people have an adverse reaction to the sight of these holes, but are unaware that this is actually a type of phobia. There are over 400 types of phobias, but you can have a phobia to pretty much anything. Some common phobias are a fear of heights, fear of spiders, fear of snakes, fear of public speaking, and fear of enclosed spaces. There are also newer, rare, and strange phobias, such as the fear of feet, the fear of not having your cell phone nearby, or the fear of holes, which is trypophobia. People with trypophobia may have an adverse reaction while viewing things such as a cluster of eyes in insects, sponges, watching water boil, condensation, and other patterns present in foods such as strawberries or pomegranates. Symptoms that one may present while viewing a cluster of holes includes skin itching, skin crawling, nausea, goosebumps, discomfort, disgust, and even panic attacks. I first remember being uncomfortable viewing these types of things in a high school science class. I had never heard of this type of phobia, but I did have an adverse reaction while viewing things such as coral and seed pods. I felt the skin tighten around my neck. My skin began to itch and I was uncomfortable. I had a hard time viewing these images in my textbook. It was not until many years later that I discovered this reaction to viewing this type of patterns was actually a phobia called trypophobia. More recently, I met someone with the same reaction to these types of images and discovered that it is in fact a common condition. According to the Brazilian Journal of Medicine, there are internet-based support groups for trypophobia, where over 12,000 people have described their experience with trypophobia. However, David Adams states in his article titled "The Whole Truth," published in New Scientist magazine, a fear of holes is on the rise, but isn't based on fear at all. Researchers are suggesting that this is more of a disgust or repulsion to viewing these types of images, and not a fear or phobia, which can cause you distress or avoidance in certain situations. I experienced some of the same discomforts while doing research for this speech. Most research on this topic includes clusters of holes, images on the internet. There's even a quiz on the internet that you can take to see if you experience any of the side effects I mentioned earlier while viewing these types of images. I encourage you to take the quiz because I'm interested to see if any of my peers experience any adverse feelings to clusters of holes as well. Since this is a newer phobia, there is very little research on the topic, but there are several studies that suggest that this type of phobia may be associated to the reaction to a dangerous animal that features the similar pattern. A 2018 study indicates that trypophobic images in dangerous animals trigger a similar response. People may identify this type of pattern as a threat. Currently, the American Psychiatric Association does not recognize trypophobia as an actual phobia. There are many types of fears and phobias, but trypophobia is one that many people have and are not aware of. There's an ongoing debate on whether trypophobia is actually a fear or phobia or just a disgust. There's presently no cure or treatment for this condition. The fear of holes can cause uncomfortable feelings or the heebie-jeebies. If you are unaware, if you have feelings of discomfort, I encourage you to go online and take the quiz.
Yes. Where'd they go? Just stand up.